Hey guys, welcome to another video where we're talking about the law of attraction, and today we're going to be touching on a couple of videos that I made in the past. So the first video that I want you to think back on is the reaction video to the shootings in America, and a couple more videos before that which was touching on the law of attraction. And if you remember what I was talking about, the law of attraction being that what you're thinking, and more importantly about what you're feeling, creates your reality. And at times this is very difficult to understand and accept, especially in the circumstances that we're finding ourselves in the moment. And so I tried to remember a couple of books I'd read before, and one book that comes to mind is The Art of Mental Warfare, and another book was Psychological Warfare. I read these books quite a while ago. I read quite a lot of books, and one thing that clicked in my mind, because I did a lot of thinking and I did a lot of soul searching and I did a lot of questioning, and after the anger and the emotions and everything was under control, I started questioning things and sort of putting into practice critical thinking. And one thing that struck me from the books that I read before, especially on the art of warfare, was that these events and all the other events that have happened, especially aimed at the African American Black community, is mental warfare. And it's so simple and clear to see. And I asked myself, why didn't I connect the two before? And sometimes things just happen at the right time, I guess. And what I wanted to say is, for me, when something that disturbs me, when I experience raw emotion, when I experience negative emotion as well, when I experience disappointment and everything that goes along with that, I allow myself to feel that. I allow myself to feel that because I accept that I live in a dual universe. And by that is, this universe that we live in currently is a universe that's sort of like made of two opposites. And to understand one opposite, you must also experience the opposite to that thing, right? Am I making sense? So for instance, we have female and we have male energy. We have light and we have dark. We have love, we have hate. And I can see that my battery is about to die. So I'm gonna change this battery and come back to this video. So we live in a dual universe. We have hot and cold, we've got male energy, we've got female energy, we have night and day. And to appreciate the day, you have to experience the night. Do you understand what I mean? So if you've never experienced the night, the day hasn't got that much meaning, because it's always day and you don't know when night's gonna come. So by that I mean, when I experience negative emotion, I allow myself to feel it, because I accept that I live in this world, that I have to feel different emotions. I cannot exclude any emotion. However, there's a time limit I give myself to feel that emotion, because what you need to understand with law of attraction, when I was feeling hurt and I was feeling pain and I could not believe that we're still suffering the same crap from 300 years ago, I allowed myself to feel that. However, once the time, 24 hours, had gone, I worked on cancelling out those negative emotions. So how law of attraction works, you think of something, it doesn't just magically appear into your life, right? It can come quickly depending on how good you are at manifesting things and the feelings and all the other factors that are involved in manifesting a situation for you to experience it. All the other factors have to be there, okay? So when I was crying in that video, when I was so upset, I was aware of how upset I was aware of everything, and I knew after 24 hours I was gonna cleanse my soul, I was gonna cleanse the negative feelings and emotion, I was going to meditate, I was going to center myself, I was going to accept the situation, and I was going to accept that this situation is what it is, okay? So what do I mean by that? So let's say I want to make a red velvet chocolate cake, okay? I go into my kitchen, I get all the ingredients to do with the red velvet chocolate cake. I go into my cupboard, there are colors like blue and orange and yellow and purple and all these other colors that I don't want in my cake. Now, I don't pretend that I cannot see these colors because I don't want them to be in my cake. These colors are allowed to be there, they are there because they're there. But I don't go and pick the red one and think, oh, I need to also pick the yellow, the blah blah blah, but to put them in my cake. It's only the red one I want to focus on because that's what I want in my cake, okay? So by that I mean, when I see the events that happened, I don't deny myself to acknowledge that these things are going on. I feel the emotion, I don't want it in my cake, so I allow myself to feel it, I cry, I let out all the pain, because if you leave all that pain in here, it will come out as something else, you know. So I was really hurt. I cried all day. I could not believe why these things are happening, because we all want to be happy. I want everyone to be happy. I don't want to be the only one who's happy. I want all of us to make it. And you know, it broke my heart so much to see the suffering that you guys have to go through on a regular basis, and I felt the injustice, I felt the pain, and I allowed myself to feel it because in a way it makes me appreciate what I do have, right? However, I don't want those experiences in my life, but I can't pretend I don't see them, just as I don't want the purple and the yellow colors in my cupboard. I don't go and grab those colors and start putting them in my cake, but I see them, I don't pretend they're not there. I hope I make sense. And we live in a dual universe, and I accept that. Not that I need to, I accept that as a fact. It's a dual universe. There is crap situations that are happening all the time, and I see them and I witness it, and sometimes they do affect me. However, for the most part, I stay away from negative stories, I stay away from all that stuff, because like I said, there is a psychological warfare that is going on. There is a mental warfare that's designed to target specifically Black people. And it sounds strange to some people that I'm saying that, but what I mean is the program, the warfare, is designed to keep the Black people in constant fear, to keep the Black people constantly confused what's going to happen next, to lower their self-esteem, is designed to make you feel worthless, you know. So I was reading a book, and the book was called, like I said, it was called The Art of Mental Warfare, and in there they touched on emotional warfare and what it does. So emotional warfare robs a person's ability to think rationally. Yes, it lowers your self-esteem. It's designed to drain you physically, and it's designed to drain you emotionally. And I think we can all say that's how we are feeling, and that's how we felt, especially those 24 to 48 hours. We felt drained, we felt confused, we felt why, right? And another thing I want to touch on, the art of mental warfare that we all need to understand. And the reason I'm telling you is because if an enemy is using a weapon against you, and you know, you are then empowered to not let that weapon be effective against you. And this is what I use 99.9% of the time. Like I said, I don't watch TV. I don't really use social media like Facebook and stuff like that, because for the most part there's just so much negative things that are designed to eat away at you, you know. So what I wanted to say was, I am telling you this so when things happen, you are able to use critical thinking. You're able to see the weapons that are being used against you. You are able to make a sound and logical decision on what you want to feel, how angry you want to get, how much you want to cry, and all this stuff, knowing that your emotions and your thoughts create your reality. And there are people out there who have designed programs to control you through feeding you negative news and just a lot of negative things about Black people. They're using this against us. When we see another Black person hurting, we hurt too. I'm not saying if I don't see a white person hurting, I don't hurt. I hurt as well. But when I see injustice aimed at Black people, it hurts me that little bit more than it would hurt somebody else who's never experienced racism and injustice and how disabling it is, right? So because we have an attachment and we have a feeling attached to it, it's so easy for them to trigger us. We get so triggered so easily because we have so much emotion attached to what's going on. So, like I said, when you know the information, you take what resonates with you, you leave what doesn't. But the main thing I want to say is use critical thinking. Be angry, be everything, but once it's done, it's done. Let it go. Don't leave it in your soul, because you are then attracting situations that match to that vibration. And like I said, the mental warfare and the psychological warfare is designed to lower your self-esteem, is designed to lower yourself. Your vibration is designed to keep you down there, okay? So if your vibration is up here, low vibration stuff can't be in your experience. And I know at the moment it's hard to accept, but like I always say, I speak from my heart, and having read a lot of books and having read so much, it sort of almost becomes clear of what's really going on, and it's so simple to see that it is just psychological and mental warfare being used on our community at its best, and they're getting very, very good at it. And so the main thing I can say is try to stay away from negative things as much as possible, because these things are designed to confuse you. These things are designed to take over control of you. And by that I'm not saying some conspiracy theory stuff. It's nothing like that. But that when I say it's designed to take control over you, I mean, if they can control how you feel and your emotions, they control how far you go in life. Am I making sense? This is so simple. Okay, if negative stuff, if the vibration is down there and they are designing situations and the news and the propaganda and everything that goes with it to keep your vibration and to keep your vibration low and your self-esteem low, this is designed to keep you down there, that you never rise up. You can rise so far and then something happens and then you feel it, you start thinking is it gonna happen to me? I tell my kids to be careful when they go outside, and I'm so fearful and they're fearful, and fear is, you know, it is not good. And when we see that the whole situation is just being designed to keep our people in fear, to keep our people confused, to keep our people not progressing and prospering in life as much. This is a very well designed program, and I wanted to talk about it because I thought it was important, because these programs are designed to paralyze us. And the one thing is, if you think what I'm saying doesn't make sense, think about this. Right, I'm gonna try to get a picture of it in this video, just in case you haven't seen the picture of what I'm talking about, or just in case you haven't been around animals, like you haven't trained a dog before and you don't know like the psychology of animals, you know. So I think like the picture I've seen the most was, I know that it works on elephants, right? Okay, I'm sure you've seen a picture of an elephant and he has a chain attached to his leg and is attached to a tree. This elephant is huge. He can just walk away and break that chain so easily, but why doesn't he? I mean, why doesn't he? The reason why he doesn't is because mental and psychological warfare was used on him very effectively when he was young. Okay, what do I mean by that? I mean by when he was young, they put the chain on him and they tied him to a tree that he couldn't break when he was small. And at first he struggled, he pulled, he really wanted to get away, and he fought and got tired, and when he got stronger he fought again. Eventually he learned that I can't break these chains. I am tied to this tree and I'm just basically a slave to these people. I can't get away. The thing he fails to realize up here, there's now an error of thinking, there's now a fault in his thinking, is that when he is a huge elephant, he never thinks, hang on a minute, I have grown and these chains haven't got any stronger. I can just walk away and snap these chains and be free. Am I making sense? So we're constantly being subjected to negative images of ourselves and negative news, negative violence, this and it hurts us and it keeps us questioning, why us? But we're failing to see that there's a program that's been used for 300 years and it's just got so perfect that, you know, I want you to understand this. I want you to understand this because, like I said, I want more people to be happy. I want more people to succeed, and I want more people to be able to see the tactics that I used against them constantly. You know, I was gonna make this video on law of attraction, but I thought, let me make this video first to explain mental warfare. And I'm not even gonna really label it as mental warfare because, you know, when you put videos out there that educate people and you get random people land on that video and they have never watched any of our other videos, they don't know what I'm talking about, they don't know about me, I just look like I'm a complete idiot chatting crap and I don't know what I'm talking about. So for the people who follow me, you know 1,000,000% I have your back, and you know 1,000,000% I want you to be happy, and you know my sincerity and my integrity, and I just want the best for you. And the best is looking at situations that are happening and deploying critical thinking and questioning things. Why are these things happening, and how are they affecting me, and why are they affecting me like this? Why are these things designed to affect me like this? What is the agenda? What is the purpose of all this? Because really, if they wanted to, they can just put laws like that. The government can just make laws like this and things for Black American people could change. But things don't change because these things need to carry on. So we stay down in the gutter, and a few of us who rise, you know, you gotta break an egg to make a cake, right? But for the majority, they have to stay in the gutter. And I want you to know this is what is being used. So again, I'll put another picture of a donkey, and people who have donkeys in Africa, I have seen this with my own eyes, so it's not even. When you get a donkey when it's little, you just tie it to a chair, and you know, you do the same thing, you train it. The donkey tries to run away at first, and you know, the chair is strong, it doesn't go anywhere, and eventually you can just tie a string to the donkey and just tie it to a chair, and that donkey won't go nowhere because he has accepted that this is his fate. He has accepted that he cannot fight the system. He has accepted that this is what happens to my kind. And really, if the donkey just decided to walk 5 steps, if he just decided to give it one more try, it could be free. So we are gonna go back to law of attraction after this video, but I thought it was important to put this video out there to get your opinions, to get your thoughts on what I'm saying, to gauge what you're thinking, and then we can get back to the law of attraction. I just wanted to say that, you know, in life, any negative emotion that comes through, feel it. Feel it. Honor it. Feel the pain that goes with it. And when you're done, let it go. If you try to think law of attraction says I can't be entertaining anything negative, and you refuse yourself to feel things that hurt and feel things that disturb you, you are not doing yourself any good. This is the world that we live in. There is good and there is bad, and that's just the way it is. and just promise yourself, I'm gonna honor these feelings, and I'm gonna question these feelings. I'm gonna work with these feelings for an hour, for 10 minutes, it depends what the feeling is, for 24 hours, and then when I'm done, I am done. Put it away. Work on raising your vibration again. Work on happy thoughts again. Work on being positive and raising your vibration. And you just need to understand that, you know, when you're experiencing negative emotion, when you're experiencing upset and everything, it's almost like when you're driving a car. You're driving along and suddenly the petrol light comes on to let you know that the petrol is gonna run out. It would not make any sense if you just think, I'm gonna ignore that because it doesn't make me feel good. I'm gonna pretend it's all jolly and everything, and I'm gonna keep going. Because if you do that, the car is gonna break down and you're gonna be stranded. And almost the same analogy, you can apply that to life and your feelings. Because when I am feeling hurt, when I am feeling in pain, when I'm feeling crap, when I'm feeling whatever negative label you want to slap on it, I feel that. I ask questions why I am feeling that. I work with it, and I ask, what is it trying to tell me? Sometimes the negative feelings are there to try and tell you something, you know. And even with the shootings, and I was upset, and I allowed to work on that, to feel it, to honor it and everything. And then once I felt that pain, and the grip of that pain wasn't so tight, you know, it loosens its grip as time goes on, and the tears were not flowing anymore. I started asking myself, what have I learned from this situation? What do I take away from that? Can I connect the dots with anything else? What did that situation teach me? Any situation is there to teach you something. Every cloud does have a silver lining. And so I started thinking and questioning myself. I allowed myself to take time off vlogging. I allowed myself to take time off anything that needed to take my energy away. I just took some time off, and then once I took the time off, I was able to do some meditation to center myself, calm myself down, watch a funny film, listening to music that made me, you know, happy again. I took the kids outside, they played with sprinklers and they were funny and made me laugh and made me feel good again. We went out, we did happy things, and now I am feeling so much better. I'm feeling like, yes, my vibration is rising back out. And then one last thing I was going to say, because time is ticking on. When you allow yourself to feel emotions and you are aware of what you're thinking and what you're feeling, you are aware, because most of the times we're on autopilot thoughts. Thoughts are just running in our background over and over again, running. And these thoughts are the ones that are creating our lives, and we don't even realize it's just like a conveyor belt of just shitty thoughts all the time, you know? So when I was aware that I'm upset, I'm experiencing negative emotion, I'm honoring those emotions, I am feeling them, and they're hurting and they don't feel good, but we're gonna feel them because we don't medicate. We feel it and then we release it and we let it go. And so yes, it was nice to take the time out just to meditate, to, even if it's having a duvet day, just stay in bed and under the covers and just deal with whatever is coming up. It's absolutely okay. Because the thing I was going to say was, negative thoughts or any other thoughts have a momentum. They have like a snowball effect. If you notice, when you're feeling upset and when you're feeling hurt, you start thinking of that time that hurt me as well, and then that time, and something that started off so small suddenly gets bigger because all these other negative thoughts are being attracted to that thought, and it's getting bigger, and you're getting more and more upset and more angry, and more thoughts are just coming, and then, oh my god, this then happened, and before you know it, you're just spiraling into some dark abyss, you know. And so any thought that you have, it does magnetize another negative thought, and then the more you're thinking of those negative thoughts, another one will come and another one will come. But once you've allowed to feel those thoughts, and once you have honored those thoughts, you can then go work on cancelling them, because like I said, law of attraction usually just doesn't manifest. There is a lot that's involved. And so don't feel like you have to be happy all the time. Don't feel like you have to have happy thoughts all the time. Don't feel like you have to be on a high all the time, because that's unrealistic. That's unrealistic, right? So know that any negative thought, it does get bigger. And if you just let it go and go and go, of course it's gonna just get more and more big, and it's gonna start pulling in situations and manifesting shitty situations and crap, and you know, and then it's harder to get out of that spiraling thoughts when you start manifesting bad things into your life, when they start coming, because you start having the evidence. Oh yeah, then look at this, and then something else happened, and like, look at this, and then I had a shitty day, and then I hit my finger, and then I got stuck in traffic, and then when I got to work I was late, and then I had crappy customers. We've all had days like that it just starts off in the morning, and before you know it, the whole day is ruined, right? So nothing wrong with negative thoughts, nothing wrong with negative emotions, but be aware that the longer you're dwelling on them, the more they start putting situations and things start manifesting that match those negative thoughts. So like I said, I allowed myself 24 hours to feel shit. I cried and everything, and then once it was done, it was done. That's it, it's done. It doesn't have that effect on me anymore. It doesn't have, I accept that it's unjust. I accept that it's wrong. I accept all these things. We live in a dual universe. I accept that there's gonna be things that are gonna piss me off. I accept that there are gonna be things that are gonna hurt me. I accept all these other factors that come with living here. But once I'm done, I am done. And once I'm feeling good again, it's a lot easier to then come and do a video like this and talk to you guys and try and share what I know, and just that we can be strong through this and we can get through it. And it's gonna take a lot for us to work on ourselves, to bring our vibration up, and to not get as affected by all the negative press and all the negative things that are happening that are targeted to specifically paralyze us in particular. Because have you noticed these things don't work as well on any other races? We feel it the most. So on that note, I can tell you what we're going to be doing next week. Next week we are going to be getting lots of resources. I'm going to be sharing different techniques that I know. I'm going to be sharing what's it called, different people that I listen to on YouTube. I'm gonna share just lots of different things that you can go and try and start working on raising your vibration, and other people you can listen to them and they can give you the same information that I'm giving you, but in different ways. Because even for me, I had to hear it a million different times for it to start clicking into place and working something in my head. So yes, I'm definitely going to be sharing our resources next week, and I'm really excited to do that because I think it's going to help a lot on the law of attraction and just help a lot in general. And then yeah, that's it really. So on that note, I'm going to let you go, and I'm gonna see you next week, and that's it. Bye.